Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew, and as always, it is fantastic to have you here with me again on another whiskey review video. Now, today is the last day of the whiskey advent box, and it has been an amazing journey. If you have been following the series, then you already know that this box has been made up of a whole heap of samples that I have received throughout the year and that I finally got around to trying now. And with the exception of maybe two or three whiskies, so far the 23 samples that I have reviewed have been very, very good, and they have definitely helped to open up my journey into whiskey. They have helped me discover new flavor profiles, and I have definitely picked up a whole bunch of notes that I have typically not gotten on other whiskies before. I suppose that definitely helps since that the majority of these were bourbons, and most of my whiskey experience is made up of more so Scotch and Australian whiskies. It was absolutely amazing to be able to dive into another portion of the whiskey world. But enough of that. Let's see what we're going to get for this last review. As I've mentioned in other videos, I don't have any other particular information about these whiskies, so whatever additional information I can find, I will put into the description box down below. So let's see what we've got. The last whiskey number 24 for the Whiskey Advent series. Oh, okay, this is definitely one that I've been wanting to try for quite a while. So this is another whiskey from New Zealand. This will be the second New Zealand whiskey that I have tried, and this is the Thomson Whisky Manuka Wood Smoke. Now, this has been bottled at 46% ABV. This is actually pretty good. I get more additional information on the label. So it is a single malt made from 100% New Zealand grown malted barley and distilled through our hand beaten copper pot still. All right, let's pour some into the glass and see what we're getting for today's video. Well, I guess before I start, I guess one other thing that I would like to point out, another aspect of this particular whiskey that makes it more interesting is that the Manuka plant, I believe, is native to New Zealand. So I guess unless people have been importing these plants into other countries, then this is definitely something that is going to be very specific to the Kiwi palate. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what we have on the nose. So cheers. Okay, so this is very straight off the bat, this is a very interesting nose. It is very sweet. It is also very smoky. It is kind of reminding me of more of like a mesquite or cherry wood style of nose. And if you have been following the channel, then you may remember a little while ago I reviewed a couple of Starwood whiskies where they had used mesquite and also cherry wood to smoke their barley. This has a very similar flavor profile to it. It is actually reminding me quite a lot of those whiskies. The main difference being is that there is a very sweet, like honey note to this as well. Now that could be psychological, due to the fact that I am more familiar with Manuka honey, and I'm probably just emphasizing that sweetness. But it definitely has that sweet honey note to it, with this just beautifully well balanced smoke. Oh man, this makes almost any other Speyside seem boring in comparison. I mean, if you were to compare this to a Scotch style, it is definitely going to be a Speyside style of whiskey. But uh, this is this is pure gold. I would take this any day. So think along the lines of like toasted grain, dry grass, quite earthy, lots of vanilla and caramel, toasted cashews and almonds. Now, I am not familiar with New Zealand forestry. Unfortunately, I have not visited New Zealand yet, but there is a certain like leafy vegetal note to it that is definitely reminding me a lot of, say, like Australian bushland. But that nose is absolutely fantastic. All right, let's move on to the palate and see what we're going to get I'm very excited for this so far. So far, the nose has been absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping that follows through on the palate. So cheers. Oh, that is stunning. I am so glad that this was the last whiskey in the box, because this is absolutely incredible. Whew. You know what? I feel that it's not very often that we legitimately find a whiskey that actually really excites you. But this is one of those whiskeys. I mean, there are other whiskeys that you have throughout the year that you really enjoy and are an absolute pleasure to experience. But this one just takes it up a notch. This is definitely going to be in my whiskey of the year video when I get around to doing that, which will probably come out in, say, early January. I obviously haven't completed that yet, but oh, this is definitely a top contender. All right, enough. All right, let's get on with the actual palate and see what we're getting. Considering the 46% ABV, it's quite light, but it does have a nice gentle syrupy texture to it. But the smoke is intoxicating on this. It is so well balanced. It is just blending in so nicely with these sweet honey caramel notes. I'm also getting things like stewed apples and pears that are then mixed in with things like cinnamon and cardamom. It's like this whiskey is getting ready to be thrown into like an apple pie. So again, I'm getting quite a bit of like a buttery pie crust, a nice gentle level of like oak shavings as well. There's just this really nice toasted oak, a little bit of black pepper, and again those sweet dry grassy elements are all there as well. Again, a nice toasted grain. This has to be probably one of the most well balanced whiskies I have had in a long time. I mean, I have enjoyed some very nice whiskeys recently, but this one just takes the cake. It is absolutely fantastic. I think I'm definitely going to have to try and get myself a full bottle of this, because whatever's left of this sample is not enough. I need to have more. Moving along to the finish, again, nice and sweet, nice and smoky. The balance is fantastic. The main difference is now I am starting to notice a milk chocolate influence coming through, with a touch of tobacco as well, like a nice dry tobacco. What else can I have to say? This is just absolutely fantastic. I'm definitely going to be trying to track down a bottle of this. Because again, it is absolutely sensational. I think anything else I have to say is just going to be mindless babble after this point. So I'm going to stop it now. If you've been enjoying this content so far, please make sure you go ahead and hit the bell notification and the subscription button so that you can stay up to date with all future content. And again, thank you so much for joining me along this Advent series. It does mean a lot to me that you all take the time out of your busy days to watch these videos and to support the channel. And I hope that you all have a fantastic Christmas and a very happy New Year. My name is Andrew, and I'll see you all again on the next video. KIPPIS. Well, since you made it this far into the video, why not go ahead and check out some of these other reviews that I have done. I will see you all again next time. Bye bye.